with the singular. Oh, she's already here. I might play music today. Good morning. Hi. Let's see. Meeting settings. All right. Let's see. We got a couple minutes before we get this party started. Yeah. It's working. Okay. Cool. There's a little toy over here. Do you guys want music? Just my voice. All right. You get comfy, guys. Let's see if you can see me right. It's not too annoying. Meow. All right. Game on. See what happens here. You okay?
Like my hips are so tight.
I got it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Good morning. All right, now let's see if I can fix this. Participants. Spotlight. Cool. Go away. Yeah. I kind of want music. I can't do music because I'm using my phone for Zoom. Silly Aaron. Well, I can't play. Oh, sorry about it. But now that I have my AirPods, I think I don't know. We're okay. You guys don't care, so it's okay. Now my fridge is. All right, okay. What else? We have a couple minutes before we get started. 2 more minutes, actually. My watch going. Okay. Let's see. The door. Stewie. You can't come in here for yoga, dude. It's like, oh, but I can. I might close this. All right, Stewie, go. Come on. Out. Thank you, sir. All the way out. Come on. I love you. Just stay put. All right. Open these up. Are you ready? All right, guys, we'll get started. I'm trying to see who's on. So just a little precursor. I have 2 friends joining me. So if you hear them grunt in the background, don't judge them. But you'll just see me doing all the yoga today. And then as always, this is a full hour of Vinyasa flow. Move at your own breath-body connection or breath movements. I will give you options to be a little bit more mellow today or a little bit more restorative. And then always there's the core work. So speak up. I haven't offered, but let's take it this morning. If there's anything you'd like to work on, go ahead and chime in now. Otherwise, we'll go with my game plan. Speak now or forever hold your peace, including the people in the classroom. A lot of nothing. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in child's pose when you're ready. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching behind you. Arms up to you, depending on your needs this morning. Arms can be nice and long out in front or arms resting behind you to release into the shoulders, the upper back. Allow your forehead to connect down to the mat this morning, and then we're working those sit bones back towards our heels. So staying here, finding that connection, coming into the space. We'll begin our practice with 3 rounds of community breath. So let's begin with an exhale, start to empty your lungs. Take a deep inhale through your nose, fill the breath, fill the lungs, and then long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release, let it go. Sit bones back towards your heels. We'll do that 2 more times through. Deep breath in through your nose, fill the lungs. Long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release. And 1 more time through. Deep breath in and long, gentle sigh. And then slowly coming back to your natural breath. Taking a moment to check in, noticing tension in the body this morning, noticing noise in the mind, working in our practice to release that noise, allowing you to truly just be here on your mat for the next 60 minutes. Staying for 1 more moment. If your arms are behind you, let's go ahead and reach them out long in front, and then take more of an active child's pose. So pressing into your fingertips or your palms, guiding your sit bones closer towards your heels. We'll stay here for a moment for a round of breath. And then taking it to our side body, begin to stay in child's pose, but walk your hands to the right side of your mat or right corner of your mat. So as you do this, you can go beyond the mat if you'd like. Option to cross that left hand over your right, getting into the shoulder a bit. Work your left hip back towards your left heel. Stay for another breath. And on your next inhale, come back to center, lengthen again, and then we'll go to the left side. When you're ready, walk those hands over to the left side, left corner of your mat. Option to cross that right hand over your left. Work your right hip back towards your right heel. Another round of breath. And then on your next inhale, let's come back to center and lengthen 1 more time, pressing into your fingertips, into your palms. Final moment here in our child's pose. And with your next inhale, start to come up to your tabletop, hands and knees this morning. Going right into some movement for you. So swing your hips side to side, maybe straightening one leg and the other. Getting into the calf, getting into the sole of the foot. You need to stack the hips, take it, or maybe it's a release of the neck this morning, taking some circles clockwise and counterclockwise. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center into our tabletop. So take a moment to really focus on spreading your fingers wide, palms planted on the mat, knees hip distance apart, and tops of the feet are flat. We'll flow through cat-cow. On your next exhale, start to round your spine, press your palms to the mat and look more towards your belly, your navel. And on your inhale, start to drop that belly down, look up at the sky, lift your sit bones, and pull your shoulder blades back. Again, your exhale, round the spine, come back to cat pose, move your breath, your pace here. And on your inhale, come back through to cow, look up. We'll go 2 more full rounds. Exhale, round that spine, returning to cat. And on your inhale, open the heart, look up. And last time through here, exhale, rounding your spine. And inhale, come back through. You slowly bring yourselves back to center in tabletop. Take a moment, give yourself a little shake out. And then getting into thread the needle. With your next breath, let's reach our right hand to the sky, get nice and long. And on your exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left, shoulder and cheek come onto the mat. So just working into the twist here, into the spine, the upper back. Choice is yours. You're welcome to stay. Or maybe begin to extend the left arm nice and long out in front of you, walking those fingertips towards the front edge of your mat. Staying here, or if you'd like to work on the balance today, we're going to extend our left leg behind us. The toes can stay on the floor, or we start to lift that left foot up to the sky. So steady gaze here, making sure we're staring at something that's not moving. If you're feeling pretty good there, foot's lifted, maybe reach that left hand to the sky, and then that final variation is dropping the left hand towards your low back. Wherever you are, stay for another round of breath. On an exhale, start to lower your knee and your palm back to the mat. And on your inhale, we'll unthread. Reach your right hand back to the sky. And then exhale, right palm comes back to the floor. We'll come to the left side. When you're ready, inhale, left hand high. And exhale, thread the needle, shoulder and cheek come onto the mat. So threading here, take a moment, get planted. Option is stay or start to walk those right fingertips forward, straighten out the right arm. Take a breath. You're working on the balance. Extend that right leg behind you. Toes can stay on the floor. Find that steady gazing spot. Use your core here. Lift that right foot to the sky. Again, options and variations. If we fall, we just come back. Other option, right hand starts to reach to the sky, and maybe we drop right hand towards your low back. We're here for another breath. On an exhale, lower your knee, lower your palm. On an inhale, we unthread, reach that left hand back to the sky. And exhale, palm back to the mat. Take another moment to give a little shake out. We'll go into one more release for the upper back here. So return to tabletop. And then coming to puppy dog pose, we walk our hands forward, our sit bones lift high to the sky, our chest drops down to the mat. And you want to create a connection here first with your forehead. So see how that feels. And then if you feel like you have more space, we put our chin on the mat and we look forward. So listen to your body here. You're going to feel this in the upper back, a little bit in the low back. Noticing with each exhale that chest dropping down. We'll stay for another round of breath. And on your next inhale, slowly bring it back up to your tabletop. Find a little shake out. We're going to start to make our way to our first downward facing dog. Bring stillness back to your tabletop. Going through cat-cow again. On your exhale, round your spine, return to cat pose. On your inhale, come back to cow, looking up, lift those sit bones. And on this exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips to the sky, come to downward facing dog. Take some movement here, pedal out your legs, bend one knee and the other. Shake your head, yes and no if that feels good to you. Maybe start to reach a leg to the sky, start to stack your hips. Movement for you in this moment. And then we start to find that stillness again. So spreading your fingers wide, palms planted on the mat, heels working down towards the floor. At the same time, just like we were in puppy dog pose, feel your chest come through the arms towards the legs here. So take a breath, gazing at your knees or your belly, another round of breath. And on your next exhale, let's start to walk our hands towards our feet. So if you need to bend the knees, go ahead. Fair enough. Otherwise, straight legs all the way to the back edge of your mat, forward fold. Take some movement here, bend one knee and the other. Sorry, I have hair in my throat. Grabbing opposite elbows if you'd like. Take ragdoll, that gentle sway side to side, releasing into your low back. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center into our forward fold. Let's take a gentle twist. Bend into your right knee, right hand onto the mat, on a block if you need it. And then reach the left hand to the sky. So that left leg is staying straight here. You should feel this on the outside of the left leg a bit. Option to drop your left hand towards your low back. Gentle twist of the neck. We look over our left shoulder. We're here for a breath. Inhale, reach your left hand back to the sky. And exhale, we fold again. Let's switch it out. Bend into your left knee, left hand onto the mat. We reach our right hand to the sky. So right leg staying straight. Option, drop right hand towards your low back here. You can gaze up and over that right shoulder, gentle twist in the neck, another round of breath. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale, fold. Find a little movement, pedal out those legs. And with your next inhale, let's find a halfway lift. So hands can rest on your shins, above your knees, or fingertips barely touching or hovering over the mat. But you want those shoulders away from your ears. We're reaching from the very top of our head forward, and we're looking down at the floor. Use your core, press your navel to spine, and even feel your sit bones lift just a little bit so the back of the legs become active. We're here for another breath. And on your next exhale, deep forward fold. With your next inhale, we'll start to make our way all the way to standing. Start to reach those hands to the sky, slight back bend if that feels good to you. And we'll bring our palms to touch and our hands to our heart. Take a breath here. Bringing awareness to our feet for a moment. Feet come hip distance apart. Take a second to lift your toes, kind of spread them apart, and then replant them down onto the mat. And then from here, you can take a little movement, swaying from side to side or creating circles with the body to feel every part of your foot connected. And then bring stillness. With your next breath, we'll reach those hands back to the sky, getting into our side body. Release your right hand down to the side. Lift up with your left. Exhale up and over to your right. So we're going to stop and pause for a second. Work your left shoulder and left hip back just a little bit so you feel it almost stack. And then take another breath in. On this exhale, can you find a little bit more space? You can go a little bit deeper. Maybe you look up at the sky. Another breath. Inhale, come back to center, both hands tall. Let's drop that left hand down. Lift up on your right. Exhale up and over to your left. So again, take that pause. Start to stack your body. Right shoulder, right hip. Maybe gaze up. Take another breath in. This exhale, can you find a little bit more space? And then inhale, come back to center. We're gonna go into a back bend here. So options. You can interlace your fingers and keep your pointer fingers extended. This is a little bit more intense. Otherwise, if you'd like to support your low back, hands on that belt line, fingers point down and draw your elbows towards each other. So if your arms are overhead, interlace those fingers, pointer fingers extended. Take a breath in. And then everyone on your next exhale, start to find that back bend. If your arms are overhead, you're drawing that line on the ceiling. If your arms are overhead and you start to feel it in your low back, just drop those hands down and support it. Elbows coming together. Stay here, another round of breath. And on your next inhale, slowly come back up. We'll release our arms next side of the body, palms facing forward, and close the eyes here, coming to mountain pose. Taking a breath, feeling that connection in the feet, feeling the energy shoot from the ground, through the body, through the crown of the head, finding length, finding strength, and finding that intention for your class, your practice. Finding that opportunity to release ego as we flow, breath to movement, and truly listening to your body and what you need in this moment. Staying for one more deep round of breath. Find that full inhale, fill the lungs. Long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release, let it go. And here we go. Take a breath in, open the eyes, start to reach those hands to the sky. And on your next exhale with a flat back, slowly start to fold forward, and then we'll gently round the spine. Your inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Slowly start to walk your hands forward. We're coming to our first high plank options. So if you're feeling this a lot into the wrists today, come to the forearms. If you need more support, come to the knees with the feet lifted. If you're with me, you're on the toes, we're gonna move forward and back. So on your next inhale, come to the tips of the toes. It's just a small movement. Exhale, come back to the ball of your foot. We're gonna do that 3 more. Inhale forward and exhale back. 2 more, inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale, come forward, hold it here. Option to take it to the knees. Otherwise, exhale, elbows shoot back. Slowly come down to the belly with control. Tops of your feet go flat. Your inhale, slowly lift your chest. We're gonna have a deep bend in your elbows, stay in a low cobra. So we're looking down at the floor. We're not really pressing into those palms. They're just planted. Let's stay for another breath. Exhale, come down, place your right cheek on the mat. Take a breath here. We'll do that again. On your inhale, start to lift your chest, low cobra option. Press those palms to the mat and take full cobra, getting up taller. Shoulders away from the ears, slight bend in the elbows, looking down at the floor, or maybe you'd like to stretch the neck out and gaze up. Another breath, and then exhale, come back down. Starting to tuck your toes, we'll go ahead and lift our hips up and back, downward facing dog. So options, if down dog is not your thing today, come to tabletop. Or you're feeling good, we're in downward facing dog. Little movement, and then we create stillness here. And we'll get into our right side. With your next inhale, reach your right leg to the sky. So 3-leg downward dog. Again, you can do this in tabletop. Take a breath, heels reaching up. Let's start to stack our hip. Right hip on top of your left. Maybe you bend your knee, bringing your heel in towards your glute. Shoulders stay in one line. Another breath here. Inhale, straighten your right leg again, and slowly exhale, step your right foot up. In between your hands, we're gonna let our left knee touch the mat today. Top of our left foot flat, starting easy, hands to the sky, low lunge. If you can't see your right toes, let's take a little bit more movement forward, get deeper, and on your next exhale, sink into this. Let your hips come forward. Take a breath here. Your next exhale, gaze up, cactus arms, opening your heart, or interlace your fingers behind you, draw your knuckles down, take a deeper back bend. Another breath here. Inhale, hands to the sky. We'll take a gentle twist. Place your left hand down on the inside of your foot, reach your right hand to the sky. So gentle twist. If you feel like you need a deeper twist, lift that left palm off the mat, bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, palms touch, elbows and shoulders stack. Variation, another breath. Inhale, come back to center, both hands reach to the sky. And on your next exhale, half split. So straighten that front leg, hands reach down either side of the hips. Nice little bend in the knee if you need it. Otherwise, long leg. Crown of the head's reaching towards your right foot, and then work your hips a little bit. Right hip coming back, left hip coming forward. Take another breath. And on your next inhale, walk those hands forward either side of your front foot. We're gonna challenge ourselves here. When you're ready, tuck your left toe under, lift your left knee off the mat. So staying here, find a steady gazing spot. With your next breath, start to hover your belly, your chest over that front leg. So our fingertips are barely touching the mat, they're hovering off. Stay for another breath. And then on your next inhale, reach your hands to the sky. So we're coming to our high lunge. Now power up. So that back leg, can you straighten it out anymore? And then bring that back heel forward over the toe. Take another breath in, exhale. You can go deeper into your front knee. Hold it here, another breath. On your next exhale, release your hands down either side of your front foot. Step your right foot back, come to your high plank. Now option here, we're gonna do that forward and back movement again. Take a variation if you need it. If you want more power, lift that right foot off the mat and hover. On your inhale, come forward to the tips of your toe. Exhale to the ball. We go 3 more. Inhale forward and exhale back. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale, come forward, hold it. Exhale, come down to the belly, top to the feet, go flat. Inhale, lift your chest. So your option, low cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog where you lift the thighs off the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Take another breath. And on your exhale, you can come down to the belly or maybe go right into your downward facing dog. You listen to your body here, take some movement as we find our downward facing dog, and then find stillness again. Spread those fingers wide, hips high, heels working towards the mat. Take a breath. Your next inhale, left leg, reach it high to the sky, hold it here. And then start to stack your hip, left hip on top of the right, maybe that heel in towards your glute. Shoulders are in one line, another breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, slowly step that left foot up. In between your hands, right knee onto the mat, find your low lunge again. Hands to the sky. If you'd like to, walk that left foot further forward. And on your next exhale, go deeper into this, getting into our hips. Take another breath here. Exhale, gaze up, cactus arms. Option to interlace those fingers behind you. Draw those knuckles back, deeper back bend, another round of breath. Inhale, come back to center, both hands to the sky. Exhale, gentle twist. Right hand to the inside of your foot, left hand to the sky. Hold it here. If you'd like a deeper twist, bring that right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Palms touch, elbow, shoulder stack. Another breath. Inhale, let's come back to center, both hands to the sky. And then exhale, half split. Straighten that front leg, hands come down, next side the hips. Nice long leg in front of us. Crown of the head's reaching towards that left foot. And that little bit of movement, left hip back, right hip forward. Another breath. And on your next inhale, start to walk those hands forward, either side of that left foot. We're ramping it up. So tuck your right toe, lift your right knee off the mat. Come into that high lunge, but we're gonna work for it. Your next breath, lift your chest and belly, fingertips hovering over the mat, stay here. And on your next inhale, reach those hands to the sky, your high lunge. So again, check in, can you power up? Back leg, straighten it out. Back heel, bring it forward. On your exhale, go deeper into your front knee. We're here for another breath. On exhale, release those hands down, either side of your front foot. Step that left foot back, high plank. Last time here together, option to lift that left foot to hover. Otherwise, move with me. Inhale forward to the tips of the toe. Exhale, bring it back to the ball of your foot. 3 more, inhale. And exhale, 2, inhale. And exhale, 1, inhale, come forward, hold it. Exhale, come down to the belly, tops of the feet go flat. Your breath, inhale, low cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we bring it on back to down dog, shake it out, find your breath, find stillness. Again, if you need to at any time, come to tabletop or child's pose. So this is where we ramp it up a little bit more. We're going into some more core work. Nothing wild or crazy, but option to do this in table. Otherwise, on your inhale, reach your right foot to the sky. On your exhale, bring your right knee to touch your right elbow. So your foot's hovering off the mat. You're in that high plank position. Inhale, right leg back to the sky. Exhale, right knee to the midline, your nose, trying to crunch it in tight, another breath. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, hold it here, foot hovers, another breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring that right foot back down and shake it out. Okay, we're gonna go to the left. There's a breather after this, but first, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Hover off the mat. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee to the midline, the nose, crunch it in tight. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, cross it, left knee, right elbow, foot hovers, another breath. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it down. Option, stay in downward facing dog or come to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Forehead to the mat, arms out in front of you or behind you, depending on what you need. Use your breath, calm the body, calm the mind. Get water as you need. Another round of breath here. If you're in child's pose or tabletop, Slowly start to make your way back up, staying in tabletop or coming to downward facing dog. We'll stay there for a breath. And then on your next exhale, we're gonna make our way to Malasana. So looking up at your hands, slowly step, walk, or jump your feet to the outside of your hands. Toes out, heels in, this is that deep squat. So as you come down, sit bones are low, palms touch, hands at your heart. So your Malasana might be much higher today. What we're working on doing is bringing that tailbone down or in and then down towards the floor, towards the mat. If your hands can touch at heart center, the elbows on the inside of the knees, use them to press them away from you. And then shoulders, get them away from the ears. Nice and long, you can close the eyes here. A lot of heat, a lot of fire in this posture. Stay with your breath. Use each exhale to cool the body, calm the mind. We're here for another 2 rounds. Find that full inhale, that long, gentle exhale. Final round of breath here. Stay with it. And after that final exhale, let's slowly bring our palms to the mat. Lift your hips to the sky. You start to walk your feet back in, hips distance apart. Take some gentle movement. Pedal out your legs. Take ragdoll if you like that low back release. Sway side to side. We come back to center in our forward fold. With your next inhale, find your halfway lift. On your exhale, we fold. And inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach those arms up and overhead. Slight back bend if that feels good. Palms touch, hands to heart. Take a breath here. All right, we're gonna flow through that and add on. When you're ready, on your inhale, reach those hands to the sky. On your exhale, fold forward. Your inhale, a halfway lift. And exhale, we fold. Plant your hands, step it back. Option, go right to downward facing dog or flow through a vinyasa. On your exhale, come down to the belly. On your inhale, lift your chest, cobra, upward facing dog. And on your next exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward dog, shake it out. All right, we're going through again with your next breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Hold it here, take a breath. We start to stack our hip again. Right hip on top of the left, heel can come in towards the glute. How are those shoulders? Are they still in one line? Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot up in between your hands. So this time we're gonna take a high lunge. So back knees off the mat, back heels lifted. Start to hover. So lift your chest, your belly. Fingertips hovering over the mat. We're gazing down at the floor. Stay for another breath. On your next inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Find your high lunge. So again, power up here. Back leg, straighten it up. Back heel comes forward. Then you can go deeper into your front knee. Hold it here. Challenging our balance. Exhale, gaze up, cactus arms. And then inhale, hands to the sky. Hold it here. On your next exhale, we're gonna let our left heel come to the mat, coming to warrior 2. Arms come down shoulder height. So we have that heel to arch alignment with our feet. If you need to wiggle them into the appropriate positioning, go for it. Gazing over our front fingertips, deepen in that front knee. Hold it here. Notice if your right knee is dipping into the midline, we're gonna press it back. At the same time, that left leg is rotating up. Take a breath, helping us go a little bit deeper on your next inhale. Straighten your front leg, palms touch overhead. And then exhale, come back down. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale, lift, lengthen, palms touch overhead. And exhale, bring it back down. Hold it here, gaze over those front fingertips. Let's reverse that warrior. Flip your front palm. We reach up and back behind us. Your left hand can rest on your leg behind you, or maybe we wrap it around our low back. Take another breath. On this exhale, you can go deeper into your front knee. Take another breath in. On this exhale, can you reach that right hand further behind you? Another breath. Inhale, come back to center, warrior 2. And then we'll straighten that front leg, coming to triangle. Start to reach your right hand forward, left hip pulls back, hold it here, and then take that gentle tilt. So your right hand comes down onto your right shin or above your right knee. Left hand's the top of the triangle. Work your left side body up to the sky and then back slightly so it stacks. You're gonna feel this stretch onto the left hip and on the inside of your right leg. Be mindful of your neck. What feels best? Does it feel better to look at the floor straight out in front of you, or we challenge ourselves by looking up at those left fingertips? We're here for one more breath. And then inhale, slowly bring it back, warrior 2. Hold it here. Flip that front palm again, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. And then inhale, come back to center, cartwheel your hands down, step that right foot back, high plank, or go right to downward facing dog, or we flow down to the belly. Your inhale, lift your chest, cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we bring it back to your down dog or tabletop. Shake it out and find that stillness again. We take it to the left side. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Start to stack your hip, left hip on top of the right. Heel can come in towards your glute. Shoulders are parallel, another breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, step left foot up in between your hands. Back knees off the mat. Find that steady gazing spot. When you're ready, lift your chest, your belly, fingertips hovering over the floor. Hold it here, another breath. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. Hold it. Awareness in that back leg, straighten it out. Bring that back heel forward. You can go deeper into your front knee. Take a breath here. On your exhale, challenge your balance. Gaze up, cactus arms. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. So your right heel meets the mat. Let's flip it. Warrior two, right heel to the mat. Heel to arch alignment, still that deep end in our left knee. So press that left knee back. Rotate that right leg up to the sky. We'll go a little bit deeper here. We're gazing over our front fingertips. With your next inhale, straighten that left leg. Let your palms touch overhead. And then exhale, come back down. We're gonna do that one more time together. Inhale, straighten, palms touch. And exhale, deepen, hold it. Arm, shoulder height. Take another breath, flip that front palm. Reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Right hand resting or wrapping, gazing up. Take another inhale. This exhale, go deeper into your front knee. Take another breath in. This exhale, reach that left hand further behind you. And on this breath, inhale, come back to warrior two. Then we'll straighten our front leg. So they start to reach that left hand forward, pull your right hip back, and then we'll take that tilt. Left hand resting on your shin above your knee. But remember, we're stacking the body, so lift right side up and then bring it back just slightly. Your gaze is at your foot, out in front of you or up at those right fingertips. We're here for another round of breath. And on your next inhale, let's come back, warrior two. Hold it, flip that front palm again, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. And then inhale back to center. Cartwheel your hands down. Step your front foot back. Option to go right to down dog or we flow from high plank down to the belly. On your inhale, lift your chest, cobra, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, we bring it back to down dog and we give it a little shake out. So again, we're going for another round of core work. If you'd like to opt out of it, come to child's pose. If you need a more restorative variation, come to tabletop. You're feeling the fire. You're gonna stay with me. Take a breath. Right side, here we go. Inhale, right leg to the sky. On your exhale, right knee, right elbow. Hold it here, foot hovers. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee to the midline, the nose crunching in tight. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, cross it, hold it here, foot's hovering, another breath. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, release that right foot down, shake it out, we go to the left side. On your next inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale to the midline, the nose. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, we cross it, hold it, foot's gonna hover, another round of breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, release that left foot down, child's pose, or you stay active in downward facing dog. Another 3 rounds of that restorative breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Another moment. The dogs are waking up the neighborhood. All right, take one more breath. And on your next inhale, let's slowly come back up to tabletop. Then transitioning back to your downward facing dog. Give yourself a little movement. One more time, we're coming back to Malasana. So when you're ready, look up at those hands. Step, walk, jump your feet to the outside of your hands. We're getting into that low squat. So second time here, hands at heart center. Elbows, if they're on the inside of the knees, we're pressing those knees apart. And then really try to lift up from the top of the head. Staying here, eyes can close. Another 3 rounds of breath. If crow, Vinyasa is part of your practice, you're welcome to go into it. I'm not going to demonstrate it right now because you're tired today. But stay for another 2 breaths. Full inhale, long exhale. Stay with it. Can we lift up a little bit taller through the crown of the head? Final moment.
And on that next exhale, palms down to the mat. Slowly lift your hips to the sky. Feet come back in, hip distance apart, and we pedal out that legs, or we take ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows. Gentle sway. And then bring ourselves back to center in our forward fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. And then inhale, make your way all the way to standing. Arms up and overhead, slight back bend if you choose. Slowly bring your palms to touch, your hands to your heart. And this time, let's close your eyes. We have one more time through this sequence. Then we get into that more restorative, that yin style of yoga, deeper stretching and meditation. So where can you go in your practice today while we listen to our bodies and meet our body where it is? We'll stay for another round of breath. And last time through, on your next inhale, let's open those eyes, reach the hands to the sky, and exhale, fold forward. Your inhale, a halfway lift. Your exhale, we fold, plant those hands, step it back. Vinyasa, right to down dog. So again, if you're going Vinyasa, down to the belly, inhale, lift your chest, cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale, we return to down dog. Shake it out, find your breath. So we're gonna add in a little bit here. Stay with me, listen carefully. Inhale, reach your right leg to the sky. Take a breath, start to stack your hip. Right hip on top of the left, heel in towards the glute. Another round of breath. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Option to stay, go with me. We're adding in the core here. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, right leg up and back. Listen carefully on this exhale, right knee, left elbow. Hold it, hover. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to the midline, the nose, hold it, and then step that right foot through. So we're coming to that high lunge now. Back heels off the mat. With your next breath, lift the chest, fingertips hovering over the floor, another round of breath. And on your next inhale, hands to the sky, high lunge. Where can you go? Power up that back leg, back heel forward, go deeper into your front knee, widen your stance if you need to. On your exhale, gaze up, cactus arms. Maybe those fingers interlace behind you. Inhale, hands back to the sky. On your next exhale, warrior two, heel to arch alignment, left foot meets the mat, hands are parallel with the shoulders. We're gazing over those right fingertips. 2 times through here, inhale, straighten that front leg, palm touch over head. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, straighten that leg, come back, arms overhead. Exhale, bring it back. Hold it, strong warrior two. Let's flip that front palm again, reach up and back, reverse that warrior. That left arm may wrap around your low back, another breath. Inhale, come back up. This time, exhale, side angle. Let your right forearm meet your right leg, and left hand reaches to the sky. Use your right forearm to bring that right knee back a little bit, open up your hips. Hold it here, go into a different variation. So you can drop your left hand towards your low back. You can let your right hand drop down on the inside of the leg, or if you wanna go for a bind, that right arm comes up and underneath, creating connection with your fingertips, pants, or shirt behind you. Left shoulder's working back. We're still breathing. If you get into a position that's too much, bring your forearm back to rest, but we're here for just another breath. And then slowly, let's all come back. Forearm resting, left hand to the sky. A little bit more work here. Extend that left arm forward, biceps by the ear. Option to stay, or we're gonna work on the obliques a bit. Extend the right arm and we hover. Stack that left side. The left shoulder comes back, left hip comes back. We hover here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to warrior two. Stay with me. Hands to heart, toes out, heels in. We're gonna come to goddess pose. So it's just a wide squat here. Sway your hips side to side, release into those hips a little bit. We'll come into star. So bring yourselves back to center. On your next inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms overhead. And on your exhale, sink your hips back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, open star pose. And exhale, sink it low. Stay here. Hips are low, shoulders back, knees pressing apart. We're gonna pulse it out a little bit. So we'll start on our right side. If you wanna try, lift your right heel off the mat. We go 4 pulses. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink it back down. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale, 2. Inhale. And exhale, one more time through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink it. Stay. Right heel goes down, left heel goes up. 4 more. Inhale. And exhale, 3. Inhale. And exhale, 2. Inhale. And exhale, one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink it. Both heels on the mat. Let's keep them planted, knees apart, hips are low. Can you stay here for a final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open to star. These dogs. Come back, warrior two, heel to arch alignment, bend back into your front knee. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Inhale to center, cartwheel your hands down, step your front foot back, flow through your vinyasa, or come right to down dog. So again, down to the belly, we lift our chest. And on that next exhale, we transition to your downward facing dog. Give it a little shake out. We're getting there, one more time, one more side. On your next inhale, left leg to the sky. Take a breath. Again, option to do this in table, but we're gonna stack that hip again, left hip on top of the right, heel can come towards the glute. Shoulders parallel, another breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. On your next exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. We're gonna cross it. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Hold it. Inhale, up and back. This time, exhale, knee to nose, crunching in tight, and then we're going to step that front foot through, coming to our high lunge. Back knees off the mat, back heel lifted, lift the chest. We hover, fingertips barely hovering over the mat. And on your next inhale, hands to the sky. So where can we go? Back heel forward. Straighten out that back leg, go deeper into your front knee, arms to the sky. Exhale, challenge your balance, cactus arms gaze up. Inhale, hands high. Another breath. Exhale, warrior two, heel to arch. Arms shoulder height. Deep bend in that front knee, get set up. On your next inhale, straighten that front leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, come back down. We go one more time. Inhale. And exhale, hold it, stay. Flip that front palm. Reach up and back, reverse the warrior. On your next inhale, come back to center. On this exhale, side angle, forearm resting, right hand high. Use that left arm to bring that left knee back a bit. Stay here, go into a different variation. Right hand can drop to your low back. Left hand to the inside of your foot. Or if you're going for the full bind, fingertips, pants or shirt behind you. Stay here. Again, if you get into a position that's too much, just bring that forearm back. We're here for another breath. Then everyone on your next inhale, forearm back to rest, right hand to the sky. We extend our side angle, right arms forward, biceps by the ear. If you're going for it, extend that left arm width. Work that right shoulder, right hip back. Stay with it, deep bend in that front knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to warrior two. And then hands to heart, toes out, heels in. We come back to goddess, sway your hips side to side. All right, go into star pose. Bring yourselves back to center. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the hands overhead to star. And exhale, sink it back down. We're gonna go one more time. Inhale, open star pose. And exhale, sink it low. Knees press apart, hands to heart, hips are low, shoulders are back. We're gonna pulse it out again. So begin to lift that right heel off the mat. 4 more pulses. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. 3, inhale. And exhale, 2, inhale. And exhale, 1, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen, right heel down, left heel up, 4 more, inhale. And exhale, 3, inhale. And exhale, 2, inhale. Exhale, last time here, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink it down. Option, both heels lifted or both heels off the mat. 4 more pulses, inhale up. Exhale down, 3, inhale. And exhale, 2, inhale. And exhale, one more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink it, keep those heels lifted if you can. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels to the mat, open to star. Burn so good. Exhale, warrior two. Arms shoulder height, bend back into your left knee. Flip your front palm, reach up and back, reverse your warrior. Inhale to center. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, step that front foot back. Final time, vinyasa or right to downward facing dog. Again, coming to our belly if you're flowing. Lift your chest, and then make your way back to down dog. Give your body a little shake out. All right, it's Sunday fun day. So you know there's only one more round of core, and then we get into that restorative yoga. If you're done, if you've had enough, come to child's pose. We'll be there with you in a second. If you're ready for a little bit more fire today, let's do it. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and come forward to your high plank. Options, you can take it to the knees. We're gonna go from high to low plank together today, transitioning our starting arm right to left. So let's start coming down onto your right forearm and then your left forearm into a low plank. And we're gonna bring it back up, right palm and left palm. Take a breath. Switching sides, left forearm, right forearm. Come back up, left palm, right palm. We go again. Right forearm, left forearm. Right palm, left side, left forearm, right forearm. Left palm, right palm. 2 more rounds, we've got this. Right forearm, left forearm. Right palm, left side, left forearm, right forearm. Left palm, right palm. Last time. Right forearm, left forearm. Right palm, left side, left forearm, right forearm. But we're gonna stay in this low plank and we're gonna hover here for a final 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, forehead to the mat, hips sinking back towards your heels. Use your breath, get water if you need it. We're getting into that yin style of yoga. The hard work is done here. Again, if you feel the upper body talking to you right now, those shoulders, let your arms rest behind you. Gentle release, use each exhale to calm the breath. Work those sit bones towards the heels. We'll stay for another moment. And then getting into the shoulders a little bit more if you'd like to with your arms extended in front. We'll take another variation of thread the needle. Keeping your right arm straight out. We'll extend that left arm underneath our right. So still in child's pose. As that left arm threads underneath the right, your left palm can face the floor or flip to face the sky. Your head's resting wherever you find comfort. We're just getting into those shoulders for a moment. Staying for another breath. And on your next inhale, let's switch it out. Left arm comes long, our right arm threads underneath the left. So again, right palm can face the floor or the sky. We're still working sit bones back towards our heels. We're here for another moment. Another breath. And on your next inhale, let's go ahead and extend that right arm nice and long in front of you. So staying here, active child's pose, final moment. Press into those fingertips, into the palms, sit bones closer towards your heels, maybe finding a connection or at least getting closer. And with your next breath, slowly come up to tabletop, hands and knees. We're gonna go into pigeon, so you have the option to do this from downward dog, but I like to cue it from tabletop. So when you're ready, we'll bring our right knee to the outside of our right wrist, walk your left leg long behind you. And then you're gonna help your front shin out by grabbing your right foot and bringing your shin more parallel to the front edge of your mat. So left leg's nice and long. When you're ready, start to walk your hands forward and we start to fold forward here. Now, as you come, if this is a lot, maybe you need to stack your forearms on top of one another and let your forehead rest onto your forearms. If you have a block or pillows here, you can always use that. But we're getting into the IT band, the glutes, the low back here in our pigeon pose. Once we come into this forward fold, we start to recognize the other tension in the body. So obviously we feel that release here on that right side, but where are you holding on? Is it the upper back? Is it the low back? You're just not letting your body really sink into this posture. Are you clenching your teeth, scrunching your eyes, or even creating fists with your hands? So this is a deep, deep release. Breath connection is key to kind of calm the mind here, as there's a lot of connection to negativity in this posture because we hold the negative stories, the negative goop in our hips. So just recognize if emotions start to pop out. And with each exhale, we calm the body down, we calm the mind, we release the tension and release the noise. We'll stay here for another moment, another breath. And on your next inhale, let's start to come up onto your palms. You have the option just to stay here, so working into pigeon, or you can bend your back knee, heel in towards your glute, and then with your left hand, you can grab for your foot here, or your pants. If you've got it, you can grab the top of your foot, maybe reaching your elbow more towards the sky, and then work your shoulders parallel to the front of your mat, but we're here for one more breath. Then your exhale, release your foot if you have it, and we'll all come back to tabletop or downward facing dog. Give yourself a little shake out. If you need a little vinyasa, go for it. Otherwise, bring yourselves back to center. We'll go to the other side. So when you're ready, left knee outside of your left wrist, walk your right leg nice and long behind you, top of your foot's flat. Help that front shin out, make it a little bit more parallel to the front edge of your mat. And when you're ready, on an exhale, start to walk your hands forward and start to fold. Forehead to the mat. You can stack those forearms, letting your forehead rest onto the arms. Use each exhale, sink it on down, deep breath in, long exhale out, staying here. So again, awareness to that tension, the release is happening on that left side, but where else do you feel your body tightening up? Where can you guide each exhale to release a little bit further? And maybe that tension is just solely in the mind today. The mind continues to wander, telling you stories. Maybe they're negative emotions, but whatever it is, use that exhale, empty the breath, empty the mind, release the tension. We're staying here for a final few moments. Deep breath in, long exhale. And with your next breath, let's slowly start to come back up onto your palms. Staying here, pigeon pose, another breath. Option, bend your back knee, heel in towards the glute. With your right hand, we're grabbing for our foot or pants or ankle. You can shift to bend that elbow, reaching it up to the sky, grabbing the top of your foot. Shoulders are parallel to the front of your mat. Final breath. Exhale, release your foot, and then we'll all start to make our way back. Tabletop, downward facing dog, final little shakeout. We're coming on to our back here in a second. So when you're ready, go ahead and shift over to one hip or the other. Take a seat. Legs become nice and long out in front of you. We're gonna come to Dandasana. We'll take a seated forward fold. So when you're ready on your inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Get nice and long in the spine. And then, on your exhale, guide with your heart. So start to come forward. You're gonna stop naturally. You can only go so far with a nice long straight back. And then on your next exhale, round the spine and create a connection with your feet, your ankles, your calves. Let the spine round, let the crown of the head reach towards your feet here. We'll stay for another moment. If you have that connection, wherever it is actually, you can go deeper by just bending your elbows. Even if you're grabbing your calves here, each exhale, bend those elbows, draw yourself a little bit closer. Listen to your body, meet it where it is. Another breath. And on your next inhale, let's slowly come back up. Extend those arms out in front of you. Using your core, we're gonna make our way onto our back. On your exhale, start to round your spine and slowly come down vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to your back. Close these windows here. Non-stop working today. Once you're there, we'll go ahead, hug our knees into our chest, take some movement, rocking out, sway side to side. You can take circles with the knees going clockwise or counterclockwise. Just a gentle release. And then we'll go ahead, keep your right knee hugged in, extend your left leg nice and long onto the mat, and flex both of your feet. So I have active feet here. We're gonna start by bringing that right knee in towards your chest, but I'd like you to act like that left leg is glued onto the mat right now so it doesn't pop up. As you're here, right now we're into the hip, but if you want another stretch of the back side of your leg, straighten that right leg, reach your right foot to the sky. You can create a connection on the back side of the right leg, maybe more towards the calf, or you can grab for your big toe here, but just keep those shoulder blades on the mat. If you start to crunch your body up or you're just extending your body a little too far, stay for another breath. And then we'll hug our knee back into our chest. Before we take our twist, we'll open our hip a little bit more. So bring your right knee towards your right shoulder. Your left hand can go on your left hip for mindfulness because we want to keep that left side down. We don't want it to pop up. Stay here for a moment. Another breath. And then on your next inhale, we'll go ahead, bring your right knee back to center and coming into your twist now. Right arm off to the side in that T-like position. We bring that right leg up and over to the left side of the room. Now, as you're here, as you're twisting, you want one or two things. Either your right shoulder is on the mat, it's planted, or your right shoulder is on the mat and your right knee is touching the left side of your mat. So more or less, If your right shoulder's popping up, bring it back down. This is gonna help you deepen your twist. And for a gentle twist in your neck, you can gaze over your right shoulder. Let your eyes close. Use each exhale to deepen here. Noticing where that tension is. Maybe you feel it more in the glute and the hip. Maybe you feel it more in the upper back. Use each breath to sink into it. You might start to notice that right knee is slowly but surely making its way closer to the left side of the floor. We'll stay for one more moment. And on your next inhale, let's come back to center. Hug your right knee in one more time, and then we'll straighten that right leg out. Left leg, bring that left knee in towards the chest. Flex both feet again, awareness there. That right leg is staying close to the mat, it's glued on. Option, see how you feel. If you like another stretch on the back side of your left leg, straighten that left leg, left foot to the sky, and interlace your fingers on the back side of the left leg, maybe more for the calf or big toe, but again, awareness in the shoulders, your shoulder blades, keeping them on the mat. Final breath here. And with your next exhale, we'll hug that left knee in the chest if it's not there already, and then we'll open up our hip first. So left knee, left shoulder, right hip staying on the mat. You can place your right hand on your right hip for mindfulness. Stay here for a moment, gentle release. Another breath. And with your next inhale, let's bring that left knee back to center. Coming into your twist, left hand off to the side in that T-like position. Right hand on the outside of your left leg as we guide it up and over. Awareness in that left shoulder, try to keep it down. And then maybe look over that left shoulder. Your eyes can be closed here. Gentle release, gentle twist in that neck as well. Use the breath. Each exhale going a little bit deeper. Whether it's that tension in the body or again, the noise in the mind. Stay here, stay on your mat. And with your next breath, let's slowly come back to center. Final moment, let's hug those knees into the chest. Option to come into happy baby, grabbing for in between those legs, but creating a connection for the outside of the ankles, feet, or calves. Knees on the outside of the body, you can rock or sway side to side, maybe straighten one leg and the other, feet together in a pike-like positioning, whatever works for you. And then giving yourself one more squeeze. We'll hug our knees back into your chest, creating a tight ball. If you can, bring your forehead up to meet your knees, and on your next exhale, begin to lengthen the body out, straighten those legs, arms next side of the body, palms facing up, and let the eyes close. So making our way again to that final Shavasana, our final resting pose. Notice any remaining tension, or are you holding on? Can you really let those legs feel nice and long, feet dropping off to the sides? That low back is dropping towards the mat, arms are long, fingers relaxed, hearts open, shoulders are away from ears, and the face is soft, eyes are gently closed, releasing any remaining tension. Bringing awareness to our mind, allowing ourselves to release the noise, release the thoughts. Anything that's hovering over you today that you're bringing from the week past or moments past. I'd like you to envision dropping it off your shoulders, releasing it from your mind with this next round of community breath. We begin with an exhale, empty your lungs. Take that deep breath in through your nose, fill the lungs, fill the breath, and then create a long, gentle sigh out the mouth, release, let it go. Coming back to your natural breath and coming to our final Shavasana.
Slowly begin to bring awareness back to your breath. We create gentle movement by wiggling our fingers and our toes. And if it feels good to you, you can always reach the arms up and overhead. Come into that full body stretch, extending through those fingers and toes. And when you're ready with the eyes still closed, we'll come onto either your right or left side body. Allow your head to rest on your arm like a pillow. We'll stay here for a breath. And then with your next inhale, begin to make your way up to a comfortable seat. So as you find your comfortable seat, sitting in Sukhasana, easy seat, one foot in front of the other. You can come to half lotus, crossing one leg on top of the other leg. But wherever you are, let yourself sit nice and tall. Eyes are closed one more time. Palms can rest onto the legs with palms facing down for grounding. Or if you find that you need some energy today, let your palms face up towards the sky to receive that energy. If you feel like your mind is all over the place today, you still need a little bit more grounding and energy, you can always allow your thumb and your pointer fingers to touch, creating a connection to your root chakra. Then lifting up from the very top of your head. With a breath, I'd like you to bring your shoulders up to your ears. So breathe in, and on your exhale, bring those shoulders back and drop them down, releasing any of that remaining tension in the upper body. And then ending our practice here with our final round of community breath. Find anything that you need to release, whether it's tension, whether it's noise, it's a story or emotion. Allow this exhale to create that space in your mind, your body, and your soul today. So we begin with our exhale to empty the lungs, release the breath. Take that deep inhale through your nose, fill the lungs, hold the breath at the top. Find anything you need to release, and on this exhale, gently sigh out the mouth, let it go. We slowly return to that natural breath, feeling lighter, feeling more at peace, and hopefully a deeper connection to our true selves. We bring our palms to meet at heart center. The light in me truly honors, respects, and appreciates the light in each of you. Namaste. And there we go, friends. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Full hour of Vinyasa flow. This is our last week coming up of the fall 1 schedule. I think that's what it is. Wow. So just keep an eye out. I'm sure we'll make an announcement this week on the next schedule to come. Both in person and virtual. So I hope you guys have a great start to your week coming up, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too.